welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Moore. I am a fantasy writer and I am also the author of Writings from the Restless, which is a self-collection of poetry and short stories that I published last year. So today we're going to be talking about the habits for success, and this video was inspired to be made by my best friend because she is a stubborn thing and she doesn't like to listen to me, and I'm hoping maybe she will watch this video and these habits will help her be successful and maybe they can also help other people. So that is the reason why we're doing this video today. So habit number one that we're going to talk about is having a set schedule. And I cannot tell you how this has helped me tremendously. When I was in college, I had a set schedule, but I just was everywhere. I was doing too much and I used that as my excuse to not write. Now I have a full-time job, I am a full-time student, and I am still writing. And the reason why I'm able to do all that is because I have a consistent schedule. And I have everything planned out from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed, Monday through Friday. The weekend, I let things kind of differ, but still, the Monday through Friday track helps me tremendously. So being able to know what time you're waking up, what you're going to do when you wake up, how you can save time, it all helps, I promise. So an example is I usually go to the gym after I get off work. Well, I go to the gym and then I'll come home, cook food, then take a shower. And because I've been doing that, I'm saving myself time in the morning from taking a shower. And even with taking that shower after the gym, I still used to take a shower in the morning. But you reach a point where you're like, you know what? There's not a point. I'm not sweating anymore between the time I take that shower and the time I wake up. So why not just save that time and use that to help me? So having that schedule helps tremendously. Habit number two is having a sense of urgency. And oh my goodness, I think this is the number one tip that my friends should be listening to. So Evelyn, pay attention. If you wait until you feel like doing something, you're never going to do it. Or if you do, it's going to be in 5 weeks. Trust me. Before I read, what was it? Oh my gosh, how did I forget this? On Writing by Stephen King. I had no sense of urgency. I was like, oh, I'll do it one day. I'm going to be a writer. And after I read On Writing by Stephen King, I had a sense of urgency. I was like, you know what? I'm coming up with excuses. I have an excuse for everything. But if I want to be a writer, I have to write every single day. And because of that, I started writing every single day. And I created a habit. And then because of that, I kept it up. And now, whenever I'm writing, it's not a big deal. And when I say that, is another example is I did NaNoWriMo. I was writing 1,600 words a day, sometimes more. I completed NaNoWriMo. That's 60,000 words in a month. And after you do that, you realize that, hey, this is not that hard. This is totally attainable and I can definitely do this. So just being able to have that sense of urgency to make yourself do it helps tremendously. You have to come to terms with the fact that if you wait to do something when you feel like doing it, you will never do it. So just do it. You have to. Be Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. My third habit for success tip is break down your goals. So I know I've said this. You've heard other YouTubers and authortubers say this a million times. You have to have small, achievable goals. And I've done this. I've tried to help my friends do this because this is what really helps. You know, if you sit there and say, okay, I want to finish my novel by June. Okay, that's great. You have a goal. Now, this is a goal I had in January, mind you, so that gave me 6 months. Okay, 6 months to finish my novel. Fantastic. Okay, but you have to break down those goals. All right, so I think it's 6,000. It's going to be 60,000 words. How many words do I need to write a month? How many words do I need to write a day? What should my goal be for each and every day? That's how I ended up breaking it down, and because I could see it in a more visual way, and it wasn't like this big lofty dream, I was able to achieve that, and I finished my book before June, and I don't know how, but I'm telling you, breaking down those goals really helps you. And even if you say, I want to save $1,000 by the end of the month, okay, again, that's great, but you need to know how much you need to be setting aside each week, each paycheck, each month, so you can reach that goal. And so, another example, you want to lose weight. You want to lose 40 pounds. Okay, you want to lose 40 pounds by December. How much do you need to lose every month to reach that goal? You have to be motivated. Again, going back to that, having a sense of urgency, and then you tie that into having your goals, and you can make things happen. I promise, guys, you just have to do it. It has to become a habit. So my fifth habit for success is knowing your why. Okay, again, I want to be a writer. Why do I want to be a writer? If I don't understand the reasons why I'm writing, it's not going to be that big of a deal to me. It's not going to be an urgent thing. It's going to be, okay, I want to be a writer. That's great. I just had this great lofty idea and it seems like a cool, fun thing to do, so I want to be a writer. No, that's not how things work. I want to be a writer because words are the way I express myself. Words are what I am drawn to. I like to create a way to visualize something that's totally poetic and all this imagery, and I think it's amazing what we can do. We take a simple concept and completely turning into something different, something that has beauty behind it, and we can do that just through words. That's why I love to write. Other people are not interested in that. They don't care. They're obviously not writers. That's not their why. Writing is nothing to them. Same thing with losing weight. Why do you want to lose weight? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to be able to share a wardrobe with your best friend, Evelyn? You have to understand the reason why you're doing things, because if you don't know the why, then it just seems like, okay, I want to do this. This is great. Yay. You're not going to be able to achieve your goals. You're not going to be successful if you don't understand why. My number 5. Are we on number 5? We're on number 5. Habit for success is habits. I know this makes no sense, but you have to make everything into a habit. When I was writing my novel, I made it a habit to write 500 words every morning. I set aside 20 minutes extra so I could put those words out on paper. You have to have a habit. If you want to work out, the thing that I've done is it's not as big of a deal for me because I've been working out consistently for the past 4 years, I think. So by now I'm like, okay, it's whatever, it's working out. But when you get started, trust me, I know how hard it is to go to the gym. You're like, you know what, I could just go home and just not do this. But you have to make it a habit. You have to see the why. You have to be able to visualize what you're doing and why you're doing it. For example, when I wanted to lose weight, I said, okay, I want to be in this physical shape because I want to feel better about myself. I want to look better. I want to be able to wear clothes I've never been able to wear. And I understood that. I knew that. And I would go to the gym every day after work. And eventually I was able to reach that goal. And being in college and walking around campus certainly helped me. I can't say it didn't. But I was able to make it a habit. The thing, again, when I work out now, I go straight after work. Because you and I, everybody can tell you, if you go home and then go to the gym, you're not going to the gym, guys. Don't fool yourself into thinking you're going to leave work, go home, sit on the couch for 5 seconds, then get your butt up and go to the gym. Unless you're like super motivated, you're not going to do it. I mean, I could probably do it, but the chances of it happening are still slim to none. That is just an example. And then you also have to make those habits match who you are as a person. I write 500 words every morning. I do that because I am a morning person. I'm that person that wakes up at 5 a.m. and you're like, oh my gosh, who is this person? What is with you? Are you an alien? How does this even work? Well, I'm a morning person. That's just kind of who I am. So I write in the morning because that's what fits me, and that is what I found to be the best habit for me. Because whenever I get off work, I go to the gym and I come home. And then I'm also in school, so I have schoolwork I have to do. And I don't want the looming idea that I need to get these words written like over here inside of my mind. Like, I don't want that extra stress. So I do it in the morning and I just go ahead, get out of the way. It becomes a habit. It becomes so much easier once it's a habit to just do things. So the thing is, you're never going to have that sense of urgency unless you do it. Like, you just have to make it a habit, have to realize the reasons why you're doing it, and then just do it. Make it second nature. Make it where you don't even question it. And then something I would definitely recommend checking out is, I think it's Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. I don't know. Mel Robbins, look her up. She has an entire TED Talk where she talks about this, and she says, you know what? You're not going to do it. Like, if you wait until you're motivated, you're never going to get there. And it's so true. So look at Mel Robbins, look at her TED Talk. I totally recommend it. And just try to remember the reasons why you're doing something and make things into a habit. And then because they become a habit, you're eventually going to be successful. And whenever you see yourself reach those goals, you're going to be so happy. I promise. Because I still amaze myself whenever I reach goals. I'm like, wow, I really finished my novel by June. That is fantastic. That makes me so happy. So that is a beautiful thing. And I think I've rambled enough. I've got to get on the road and I'm going to go ahead and go. So you guys follow me on social media. Sometimes I post funny videos of where I do weird things on weekends because that's just who I am as a person. And I like to talk to people sometimes. So follow me on social media. Check out my website. If you haven't purchased Writings from the Restless and you like raw emotional things, totally check it out. And I will see you guys next week.